You've been incredibly attentive, thanks very much. Now, wait, because you need to thank your chairman and bring him to the stage now. Now, it's not easy being a chairman of a trade association. It's a very thankless task, it's an unpaid task, and it's a very important task. And it's only at events like this they get the opportunity to be in the limelight. So could you please, on my behalf, literally clap and whoop and stamp like it is a One Direction concert, and welcome your chairman to the stage, Prashant!
Sir Tom, ladies and gentlemen, fellow NTDA members, industry colleagues, how am I supposed to come on after that? Surely. Well, I think you'll all agree that today's third Tyre Industry Conference, generously sponsored once again by Avon, has been absolutely fantastic. As always, we had an excellent array of industry and other expert speakers who covered such a wide range of fascinating subjects, just like Ellis, and certainly gave us all a lot to think about. I'm delighted that well over 200 of you were able to attend, and despite the empty seats, we actually had a waiting list as well, demonstrating, I believe, that the conference has truly become one of the major networking events for our industry. It's clear from the range of subjects discussed and the initiatives launched by the NTDA here today that our industry continues to have an exciting future ahead, and the NTDA, as your trade association, will be supporting you as it has done since 1930, and certainly has done over the past 12 months. And what a busy 12 months it's been. The association is thriving. Membership continues to grow, both in the full membership and supply and aftermarket categories, and we have welcomed Enniskillen Tyre Centre, RT Tyre Repairs in Carluke, Discount Tyres in Luton and Hemel Hempstead, Vale Tyre Services in Waddesdon, Ian Brown Tyres in Malton, Fuller Tyres in Woking, Evergreen Tyre Services in Skelmersdale, and Best Tyre Company Limited in Newcastle under-9 as full members. And Roadside Safety Limited in Nosal, Geelong UK in London, Tech International in Lisbon, Trelleborg Industrial UK Tyres in Chepstow, Pineapple Group FZE in Dubai, PPP Group in Port Blenheim, and Treadsetters in Telford as supplier members. What's particularly encouraging is that companies are now beginning to rejoin the NTDA, and we've also welcomed M Wheels Limited in Manchester, ProAlign in Toaster, and RL Automotive in Oxford back into membership. The team in Aylesbury continues to be busy with further membership inquiries and are now receiving, on average, 2 requests for membership applications per week. I believe this interest is indicative of the importance of the NTDA to our industry, and clearly the association's activities both on a national and regional level are attracting the attention of the type of quality companies we really want as members. On a regional basis, the association is in very good shape. The North West and North Wales, Northern Ireland, Central and South East and Central South regions all hold meetings on a regular basis, and these have become excellent networking events for the retailers, wholesalers, manufacturers and the aftermarket supplier members to get together. The aftermarket supplier members give regular presentations at these events, covering everything from the latest technological developments to insurance and risk management. We're in the process of relaunching the North East region and looking at reactivating other regions as well. But today I'd like to put out a call to the retailers and ask that you attend or send representatives to the regional meetings, as this ensures their future viability. Speaking of the future, one of the most exciting things to happen this year, which is designed to support future skills development in our sector, has to be the launch of the NTDA Tyre Technician Professional Development Scheme. The scheme was introduced following the huge success of the REACT Working Safely at the Roadside Licensing Scheme, which has seen circa 4,500 technicians trained, assessed as competent and issued with a licence, and due to great interest expressed by NTDA tyre retailers to have a standardised licensing scheme for retail centre-based personnel. Effectively, the scheme is designed to act as a form of self-regulation for the tyre retail industry, and represents a very exciting opportunity for both employers and employees in that it improves the mobility of tyre technicians by providing them with a nationally recognised licence designed to demonstrate their competency. The scheme sees the introduction of 3 new licences, namely the licensed retail tyre technician, licensed vehicle service technician, and licensed commercial tyre technician. And I'm delighted to say that some of the first technicians have already been trained in those categories by NTDA approved training providers such as Roadside Safety UK Limited, PFTP Limited, and Michelin Training. And I'm sure it will not be long before this scheme becomes the new industry professional standard. It's also designed to support the changes to the apprenticeships we heard about earlier. And as National Chairman, I urge all NTDA members to get behind the work of Paul Binks and his industry colleagues to ensure we get the new standard approved as a matter of urgency. Apprentices are our future, so write letters of support and commit to taking on an apprentice. It's the only way we're going to fill the growing skills gap. As we heard earlier from Stefan, a further indication of how the NTDA is working with its members to change the industry is the major research it's been carrying out regarding Part 1 tyres, motorists' attitude in relation to tyre safety, their relationships with tyre retailers, and the future of training and education in the tyre industry. The findings of the research has been summarised in the NTDA's Manifesto for Change, as hopefully you've seen. So for those of you who turned up a little bit late, not looking at my brother, please ensure that you grab a copy of it today if you've not done so already. We may not achieve the ban on Part 1 tyres called for at last year's conference, but I am encouraged by the relationship developing between the NTDA and the TRA, and certainly hope that together we can improve safety for motorists with the third-party assessment scheme Peter Taylor spoke about today. The association has also actively continued with its charitable activity, and over the last 2 years, I'm delighted to say that close to £28,000 has been raised by the NTDA and its members for the Wheelwrights charity, with circa £24,000 having already been presented to Wheelpower, the national charity for wheelchair sport, to support the Stoke Mandeville Interspinal Unit Games and 7 individual wheelchair athletes. I'm pleased that we'll be hearing from Wheelpower Chief Executive Martin Michael-Hatton at the annual dinner tonight. Martin will be updating us on some of the activities his wonderful charity supports, and I hope that those of you who are attending will participate generously in the charity raffle this evening, where we have some terrific prizes. So officially moving on to this evening, I'm delighted that the association will be welcoming so many guests again. It's clear from the ongoing enthusiastic support for our industry that the annual dinner, sponsored this year by Continental, and the Tyre Industry Awards, sponsored again by Salem, remain as popular as ever, providing wonderful networking and an opportunity to gather and recognise the excellence and achievements of this truly diverse industry. 45 finalists made it through to the 4 independent Tyre Industry Awards judging panels this year. I take this opportunity to wish all of tonight's finalists the best of luck. I know some of you are in the room. You've all done extremely well to get so far in this incredibly fiercely contested competition and should be very proud of your achievements. We recognise that we can only run events of this magnitude with the input of the excellent speakers, the support of our generous sponsors, and the pre- and post-event coverage given to us by our colleagues from the professional trade press. As National Chairman, I offer my sincere thanks to you all for enabling us to put together both this exceptional event and the annual dinner this evening. I'd also like to thank the NTDA team at Aylesbury for all of its hard work and dedication to the conference and dinner. I know it's a real labour of love for you all, but your efforts are greatly appreciated. I'd like to close by saying that I now look forward to celebrating with you who are attending this evening, making new friends and catching up with many old ones. And to those of you not attending, I wish you all a safe journey home. Thank you.